Hey everyone, welcome back to another recap podcast from SNXweave, where we give quick weekly recaps of news and important updates from the previous week from the Spartan Council and core contributors, as well as discuss what the Grants Council and ambassadors are up to, so let's get started. Welcome to 2024, Spartans. Let's do a quick recap of what the end of 2023 brought us, including our new council members. First off, election results. Your Spartan Council members for the Epic will be Adam, Bilby, Cyberduck, Jackson, Kane, Millie, ML Pseudo, and Snacks Friends. Serving the community on the Treasury Council this Epic will be Bag, Cavalier, Cocaine, and Spartan Glory. Our Grants Council members will be Alexander, ESMC, Mike, Moneyman Doug, and SynthQuest. And lastly, your ambassadors for the coming Epic will be Gunboats, Kevin, Master Mojo, Matt, and Westy. Thank you to all who ran, voted, and participated in governance this past Epic, and congratulations to our newly elected council members. And while we're talking about the end of 2023, SNXweave just released a quarterly report for Q4 at Synthetics. So be sure to check it out on our blog for a full recap of the last few months of the year. Now onto our regular updates. Andromeda is currently operating in private beta and is ready to begin scaling. SCCP 309 to increase the maximum amount of liquidity that can be provided to base Andromeda to 1 million USDC is making its way through governance. OI increases will follow, and the Treasury Council is expected to contribute a substantial portion of this initial $1 million, providing a stable LP base and confidence to increase OI caps. For markets, Perps v3 trades are being executed on base mainnet by multiple integrators, and L1 Perps is being prepared for a second audit and testnet. And in other discussion, Bert questioned last week if the phasing out of V2 markets is expected to continue at the pace outlined in SIP 2047, which suggests 19 markets for delisting. Cav explained that these markets were selected based on their limited use. Combined, they account for less than 1% of the total OI. Delisting some of the lesser used markets reduces the attack surface area and potentially makes room for better offerings. Kane added that these listings could be used in the future as base-only offerings to incentivize traders to migrate to base. Next up, there are a couple of SIP presentations last week, so let's briefly review them. The first was SIP 2047 to begin migrating Perps v2 markets. This SIP, which we just briefly mentioned, proposes changing a number of markets to close only, so no more new positions, in preparation for migration to Perps v3. Cav explained again that the criteria for selection was any markets that rely on off-chain Oracle data with OIs less than $10,000 over a week. Combined, these markets represent less than 1% of the total open interest, and eliminating them would significantly reduce governance overhead and complexity of managing off-chain data. Bert and Millie asked that the list be broken down to separate the TradFi markets, such as gold and silver, and some of the more popular crypto markets, such as SHIB, Rocket Pool, Ape, and Meme from the rest. Bert also stressed that the optics of having a long list of recognizable assets is an important factor to consider, and this proposal would wipe out 20% of all the listings. The next presentation was SIP 2048 for a max market value risk control module. Proposed by Caleb, this SIP will set up a max market value control module that is able to decrease the prevailing market value to 0. This would be a tool to be used by the Risk Committee. However, since the Risk Committee is not official yet, the Spartan Council may designate an interim Risk Council that would operate under close supervision of the Spartan Council and operate the risk control module. This module would only be available for certain markets, low open interest and long tail assets. This is intended for emergency use only, in the event that arbitrage is not feasible due to unusual market conditions, to safeguard liquidity providers. And that's it for today's updates. Be sure to check out our weekly recap blog post, share this podcast link, and let us know what you think and what you'd like to hear more about from SNXweave. Thanks for listening.